There's a lot of movement across the world in storage. There's all kinds of ideas of how to integrate storage into grids. A lot of the players around the world, the areas around the world, are looking at how to integrate it, and a big part of that process is the government process, policy process, and also the utility process of how to integrate new technologies into grids. What we see here at this conference is interesting is the off-gem of them soliciting comments on storage and having a good response to that and a lot of ideas. What needs to happen though going forward is to then how to take all those ideas and turn it into a marketplace. All the right terms are being used compared to other places that we are at in the world. It's just how to stitch it all together and make a marketplace of it is the big challenge that we're seeing. I think it's mainly policy and regulatory. One, it's recognizing and valuing energy storage of how it can play in the solution set of the overall universe of solutions for power systems, and recognize where that value comes in, recognize how to put it into the planning process, how to incorporate it into the utilities, and then how to make a marketplace for it. There's a couple instruments that are coming out, like the EFR, the Enhanced Frequency Response, triads. There's a number of those instruments, but there can be more than that, obviously, because there's more benefits that storage provide, and it's making an overall marketplace that can capture all the different benefits. Is that heavily regulated, or is that more competitive is the question that needs to be resolved over the coming months and years or so. We're positioned currently in, there's a couple different types of characteristics of power grids. One is fast moving power, and more of a power type of product, and then energy products for different characteristics of power grid. We're positioned in the power side to do power response, so sub-hourly, doing demand response and power movements, helping with forecast error as intermittency comes into the system, EFR, enhanced frequency response, spinning reserves, ancillary services, all those kind of products is what we're targeting. We're very interested currently in the lithium-ion space. We have other interests, but currently the lithium-ion, it's very distributable. It can be put into multiple size package, so it's scalable. It's very controllable. It has better control responses than, say, gas turbine responses and things like that. But the interesting angle that ALEVO is taking is non-flammable lithium ion. So we're setting the new global standard. You've heard about battery fires and those kind of issues that have been showing up. We have taken the path to make the electrolyte of the battery non-flammable so that we can offer solutions inside of buildings, on the side of buildings, and at grid scale for battery integration. So, I got started in storage roughly 20 years ago, and there wasn't a whole lot of talk 20 years ago. It was concept, it was ideas, it was like if we could have storage and power grids, these are all the great things we can do. Then in the last 6 months, we've seen worldwide global attention on storage, very significant, to where we see sometimes daily movements in storage, like different jurisdictions that adopt a policy, that set up a regulation, that create a new market. That's happening globally, so it's moving pretty quick. Looking forward, we don't see that trend changing. We actually see that trend increasing, because what storage allows is to where any individual part of the grid can be made either a microgrid, it can be the reliability level of the grid can be decided. So we see, for the future of storage, we see increasing interest. The struggle is how to then value it, how to incorporate the markets, how to make it a solution set. Our argument is simply let us compete on all products of the power sector, like capacity, ancillary services, energy arbitrage. Let us compete and open up the market so that we can compete. We are a Johnny-come-lately, if you will, in terms of all the storage technologies are coming in. This is the era for energy storage for power grids, other than traditional stuff like pump storage and those things that were around many years ago. But the new distributed forms of storage is coming now, so it's a matter of adopting the grids to be able to handle that technology, the incorporation of it. We have a couple aspects of our company. We have the battery technology Then we have the project development to do turnkey projects. And then we have an analytics service to actually help to do the 5 variables. What will the energy storage do? Where will it be located? How many megawatts? How many megawatt hours? And when to install it by? So we have that analytics service, and then we have real-time operations software to be able to do stack services so that you can do, throughout time, you can sit there and switch between ancillary services, the different products within there, and then you can stack the megawatts and allocate the megawatt hours of the energy storage to be able to mode switch and just automatically switch services throughout the year. And that's how we're positioned to look forward into the market.